Hey guys, what's going on? It is Chris here. We are looking at today's slate for the 17th of January. Sorry it's been so long. A lot of life things have been happening. So yeah. Yeah, good life things for sure. But anyway, yeah, we are looking at today's games for the 17th. Just a small four-game slate today, but definitely looking forward to it. As normal, if you guys do go on to like the video, leave a like. I definitely do appreciate it. And also hit that sub button as well. Yeah, if you guys want to get in on NBA, it's only going to be $50 for the rest of the season. If you guys want to try out a day pass, it will be $7 for you. We will also be having price picks. Obviously, a lot of people have been playing that recently. That's been the new thing. Daily fantasy still there, but it has obviously been kind of going by the wayside with price picks, coming along. So, if you guys want to do that as well, $7 for the day. And if you guys do want to try that out for the month, it will be $25 for that. Get about 3 to 4 picks per day, just depending on how the slate is. So that's what we got going on there. So like I said, if you guys want to check us out on Twitter, that'll be in the comment section below for you guys. All right, so let's go check out the slate here today. We have Toronto taking on Milwaukee, Brooklyn, and San Antonio, Portland, Denver, and Philly, and the Clippers. So our first game we're going to look at is Toronto and Milwaukee. We have a 222 in Milwaukee by 2 in this one. So yeah, so Giannis is going to be out once again. I really don't like Milwaukee role players. So the only one I can really trust here is Drew Holiday. He has the most upside for obvious reasons. He's going to be taking on the most usage rate without Giannis. We saw what he did last time out, which was yesterday against Indiana with a 60.3. Toronto obviously a little bit better of a defense here. They have all their guys back, so I still like Holiday, but I don't think he's going to pop off for 60. We got Fred Van Fleet. He's kind of your wild card play. Had a really good game last time out. Besides that, he's been absolutely trash. And he had 44 minutes against New York, so I have to see. He had a couple, 46 and 40 against minutes wise against Milwaukee and New York earlier, and then he popped off. So we'll just have to see here. I still got him for about 34, 35 fantasy points. Definitely one of the wild card plays. OGN and Obi solid cash game play, 33 to 35 fantasy points. That's kind of what we're looking at. Scotty's been absolutely on fire. This is just a slower game here, so it could happen. I mean, it was a slower game against New York, and he popped off. So Scotty Barnes has been on fire. You could be looking at him. Siakam, your normal 42 to 46 for him. And then we got Bobby Portis, another cash game play. Should be very popular as normal. Probably sitting around 33 to 34 fantasy points. I got him about 32, 31 to 32. I lowered him a little bit because he is taking on Milwaukee, Toronto, which is number one against this position. So a little hesitant there. I'm not going to be like over on him. I think a lot of the field's going to be over on him, but I'm going to be, cautious with 31 32. Still a solid play, but I don't think he has a massive upside in tournaments. Moving on to Brooklyn and San Antonio. Says you see Toronto, Milwaukee don't really have a ton of players in that one that I'm liking. Um, yeah, so moving on, Brooklyn, San Antonio, 232, Brooklyn by 5, so no Kevin Durant. Simmons is coming back, though. We got Kyrie, 9,300. A lot of people had him last time out. Dude absolutely sucked hard, 34.2. Still shot the ball a ton against OKC. I still think he gets you about 40 to 45 in this one. Obviously, could pop off for 50, 55. That's what everyone's expecting. So, got to be looking at him. Ben Simmons at 6'9", another solid spot. I know he doesn't shoot the ball at all. 0 points against Boston, but still at 37.3. And yeah, once again, I think he might hit double digits here, maybe in points, but I still got him for about 32 to 35 fantasy points, in cash games. Trey Jones at 6,800, another good play. I like him, especially with Vessel being out for a while. Trey Jones, solid play. He's been stepping up in his points per game. So Trey Jones at 6'8" in a good spot. Seth Curry, another play at 4,900. Simmons is coming back. He did play 26 minutes against OKC, but even with Simmons there before, he's still playing solid. And like I said, not a lot of Kevin Durant's usage is obviously gone. So Curry, one of the guys that could pick up some usage, as we saw against OKC. At 4,900, another guy gets you about 24 to 27 and could top off around 35. Keldon Johnson, I think he's definitely going to be one of your wild card plays. I think he gets some ownership here. he hasn't been that great, but if we go look at Sacramento, I know it's just Sacramento, but if you go look at that game, he was so dang aggressive in that game. Let's go look at him here. Um, Once this thing pulls it up here. So he shot 25 times against Sacramento here, which is a lot for him. He didn't do anything with it, but I still think he puts up about 18 to 20 shots. I got him for 32 and a half here, but definitely a guy that could have some massive upside if he gets his stuff together, man. This guy's been having an all-around kind of weird year. Obviously, points are looking good, but fantasy-wise, he hasn't been the greatest. But Keldon, another guy, could be boomer bust for sure. Royce O'Neal, another guy I like for about 25 to 26. Josh Richardson, he's been putting up good fantasy points, but just not playing enough minutes for me. He's an okay cash game play, but just not a lot of upside there. We got Nick Claxton. I expect him to be one of the more popular centers on the slate with a 41-6 last time out. And I know Simmons is back, but still, this guy's a massive defensive player, and San Antonio's not that great, so should be good. Jacob Poeltl, I'm not really gonna touch him, so taking a back seat with him. Portland and Denver. We have a 238 in Denver by 6 in this one, so I think Lillard definitely could be popping off. Lillard probably one of my favorite plays here. I do like him. He should be solid. This guy's been absolutely on a roll here recently, as you see. Even against slower teams like Cleveland and Dallas, teams that don't play as fast, still did pop it off. So obviously it's a 238, so I'm liking this one. So Lillard, pretty good. Simons, 28 to 30 in this one. Jamal Murray, another kind of this wild card play, could pop off if he wants to, but dude's been all over the place with the injury. Josh Hart, 25 to 30. Michael Porter, another guy, could be all over the place. KCP, 24-25. He has been on a hot streak recently. Grant, another guy that could pop off or get you 40 at any time, but probably sitting around 33 to 37. And then Nikola Jokic, probably cash game play in this one. I got him about 54, 55. Drusof Nurkic, also another guy that could pop off in this game. He used to play for, Denver back in the day. He had 30 fantasy points and had only 20 minutes. Dude has been in foul trouble the last couple games, even against Cleveland. So when he's not in foul trouble, Nurk is absolutely really good. So it's Nurk and Claxton for me as the two most popular plays, probably at the center position in that mid-range to upper range area. And then we got Philadelphia and the Clippers in this one. We're going to have to see if Paul George plays. We have a 223 and Clippers by 2. Yeah, even if Paul plays, we'll have to see. I think he'd be limited on his minutes. Obviously, he's one of the big boys there for Philly. Sorry, for Sacramento. Oh, my goodness, for the Clippers. We saw what they did with Kawhi. Kawhi obviously had a little bit more of an injury, but, Paul's coming off a hamstring. And I don't think he's going to play a ton. Probably about 24 to 26 minutes at max. He hasn't played for a long time, and you're not going to go put out a guy like Paul George with a hamstring injury, go play him 30 plus minutes. So I do expect him to have limitations for sure. So I still think, like Kawhi Leonard, I still think he's going to be good for about 40, 45 to 50 in this game. Could pop off for 55, 60. He has been the rock for them recently, and I think he should put up a pretty good fight here against the Philadelphia. James Harden, another guy, about 40. What I got him, 43 to 45, 46. More of a cash game play for me. I don't see a massive upside with him. I do think Joel Embiid's going to go low owned in this one, just because I think a lot of people are going to go mid range and spend up at point guard, shooting guard. And but I mean, I think Joel could be another spot here for about a 55, 60, 65 bomb in this one. Subot's not a bad defender here, but I don't know. Joel Embiid's pretty dang good. So let's go see what we can do here. I have an honorable mention. Like he could really suck hard, or he could be okay. Joe Harris here. Um, Spurs are ranked 27th against the shooting guards here. He played 28 minutes against Boston, had 30.5. Played 27 minutes against OKC, had 12. And as I just told you guys, Spurs really do suck bad. And Joe Harris is another guy kind of like Curry, a lot more usage rate with Kevin Durant being out. So I think he's going to be your boomer bust guy. He might get you 12 or might get you 30. So at 4,200, I think in some tournaments I'd take a shot with Joe Harris, but cash games probably not really going to touch him. All right, so let's go look at it here. We got point guard. Let's go fill in a couple guys I'm looking at. Like I said, I really do like Lillard. Solid play, 9,900, going to get you about 53, 55, and can put up just same amount as Jokic and Embiid. Yes, Embiid and Jokic have more upside, but cash games, I think Lillard can just put up as much as Jokic and Embiid. Obviously, if Embiid or Jokic go off, then if their ownership's high, you're screwed. But I think Lillard's gonna have higher ownership than those two. All right, so moving on to the point guard. Once again, we got Holiday looking good, Irving looking solid. I really like Trey Jones at 6'8". He's just sitting pretty down there. If you guys want to go a little cheaper, as I mentioned, Seth Curry's in a very good spot. But like I said, you could go put him at the shooting guard at 4'9". OG Anunoby, solid cash game as I mentioned earlier. Nobody really down here that I like. If for some reason Paul George is out again, maybe Terrence Mann might get you 25 or so. I do like KCP at only 5,400 if you need to go that low. If not, I would probably go to OG or Drew Holiday or Irving if you guys can fit them in there. Moving on over here to small forward, as I mentioned, Kawhi's in a solid spot. Barnes has been absolute on dynamite. Keldon Johnson, as I mentioned, could be boom or bust. Really good spot against Brooklyn here. As we know, this guy can pop off for 40 plus, so he's your wild card play that I do like. Royce O'Neal, like I said, 25-30, solid cash game play. And as I just mentioned, Joe Harris is your boomer bust, kind of really low end guy if you're trying to stack up. Moving over here, I do like Ben. I really do. I know he doesn't do a lot offensively, but he's a solid play. I'd probably pick Ben over Bobby Portis here. I really do think Bobby's going to have a heck of a time here against Toronto. So we'll just have to see. I think both of them, they're going to be your two probably most popular cash game plays out there for the power forward position. Center position, as I mentioned, Embiid, Jokic, probably going to be really low owned. Nurk, Claxton, Portis, those are going to be your top three popular plays. And like I said, I'd probably go Claxton in your cash game plays. I really do think Nurk has the most upside out of the three. But like I said, man, he's going up against Jokic, and if he's in foul trouble, you're screwed. But if Nurk can stay out of foul trouble, easily get you 38 to 40, even 45 at max. But I think Claxton could be your safer play for about, 35, 40. If he, for some reason, doesn't get any blocks, you're probably screwed. He's going to get you 25. So that's kind of what we're looking at, guys. That's normal. If you guys want to come join us, $7 for the day for Fanduel or $50 for the rest of the season. And for Prize Picks, $7 for the day or $25 for the entire month. We are also doing buy-ins. I've been telling you guys about that most of the year. There will be three of us. Tonight's going to be a $100 buy-in each. We each buy in for $100, and we try to max out as much as we can in the single game tournament. $100 each, probably going to get us about 80, 90 lineups. I would max it out all the way, but most people don't want to be paying $170 to $200 each per entry. That's out of most people's budget. So, if you guys want to get in on the buy-in, we'd love to have you. Last night was pretty good. Also, I didn't get to play last night, but my lineup. Let me go show you guys real quick. My lineup last night was pretty dang solid. For main, like I said, I did my projections and everything. Let's get this in there real quick. All right, arena main. All right, there we go. Sorry, it's been a little slow. Let's go look at it here. We got a 1, and let's go look at my projections. So this is what I scored last night with my projections. It was pretty dang solid. Scored a 419, as you see there. Would have took down the monster. I didn't have time to play or post, so that kind of sucks. But did pretty good. So anyway, we'd love to have you join us as normal. Check us out on our Twitter. That'll be in the comment section below. Message us. We'll get you guys set up on anything. Like I said, also the buy-in as well. So all right, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See you guys next time.